Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this week's Fireside Chat. I'm Michael Simpson, the operating principal here in Long Beach, California, with Keller Williams Coastal Properties. As I stand here today, I wanted to remind all of you of why I'm standing here, why this office is open. It was about 8 years ago, this month, in fact, that we launched this office, and it was about 8 years ago in July that I made the decision to walk away from a full-time career where I was listing and selling property and making a significant income. And the reasons why I did that are several, but one of the biggest one is because I wanted to be a part of something bigger than Michael, than just Michael. I wanted to be a part of something bigger than life. And that was a big reason why I did this, why I'm doing this now. You see, at the time I was selling about 50 to 100 transactions a year, and I could only have an impact on really those people that were involved in the 50 to 100 transactions that I was touching. Now I can succeed through all hundreds and thousands of people and have an impact that's larger than life. You see, if Jack Tanner, who is our ALC chairperson for the Culture Committee, puts together an event like he did the last Saturday for an event for KW Cares, where we raise hundreds of dollars for somebody, you don't know how that's going to have, what type of impact that's going to have on a person, but you know that it's probably going to have an impact more than just one person. It's probably going to have an impact on several people. When Oriana Shea puts it in, Don Neal and several other people that work so hard for these events and put together events for Bethune School, which is a local homeless school, a school for homeless children here that we support. When we put those events together and we help people, maybe in that case a young child who maybe is down in the dumps and maybe feeling like they have no shot in the world, and all of a sudden they get school supplies and a new backpack, and all of a sudden they're excited and they're pumped up and they think, wow, maybe I do have a shot in the world. And you don't know what's going to happen with any of those kids, and just one of them, just one kid, one child goes on and becomes something special in the world, or touches somebody else and they become something special in the world. That's what I'm talking about. That's changing people's lives. That's making a difference. That's being larger than life. There's no one person in this office, certainly not me, that could have that kind of impact on the world. And that's what we're doing, guys. We are doing that right now, and it's a wonderful feeling. It's awesome that we're doing that, and that's why we're doing it. And along the way, though, of this journey, we're learning. I'm learning. The office is learning. We're not a perfect office by any means. I'm not perfect by any means. I don't claim to be. I'm learning along the way as we go. And while we are not perfect here in this office, and while I'm not perfect, I want to remind you also that our office is in the top quartile of offices across the United States. Of over 800 offices, this office is in the top 25% of all of them. And so, we're doing some things good, and we've got a lot of room for improvement. And the other thing that I want to remind you of is that as I am learning and mentoring and coaching from other people on what we should be doing differently and what I could be doing differently, I learn from the best. I go to the best, and I go to the top 10, and I coach from them, mentor from them, because that's where I want to be, and that's where this office is going to be. And the way we're going to get there is by following those models. So, and the reason I say that to you is because so many ideas and thoughts, and hey, you should do this, and we ought to do that, should come to us all the time, and those are great things. I'm not discouraging that by any means, but we do two things with those ideas. One are the thoughts and ideas coming from the top 10, because that's where I want to be, and that's where we're going to be. And two, does it align with why we are here? Does the idea, the thought, the goal align with why we're doing what we're doing today? See, if it doesn't, if those two things aren't happening, then I'm probably not going to want to throw a lot of weight at it. If they are in alignment, then we're probably going to move forward. So it's not like we're looking down the street to see what our neighbor's doing, and if they're doing something, we want to do what they're doing. That's not what we're doing here. We're looking at the top 5, top 10 in the nation to see if they're doing it. And then maybe we'll do it if it aligns with our why. So I hope you will continue to support me with that. I hope you will continue to support our office with that goal, with that vision, and with that dream. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.